I'm Vanessa Cole, co-founder of Cole Climb Builders, and our mission is to provide affordable new homes for families in need.
I'm Katrina Vanessa, founder of Vanessa Company, and our mission is to rehab homes for affordable home buyers.
We're friends, moms, entrepreneurs, and lovers of all things real estate.
By the way, we're both licensed realtors with a passion to educate on buying and investing in real estate.
Together, we have sold over $30 million in real estate, and our mission is to educate our listeners on buying, selling, and investing in real estate. Welcome to Housing Happy Hour.
Hi, Housing Happy Hour fam. Welcome to episode 9.
Yes.
Today, we're going to be talking about how to invest in your first real estate investment. Chances are you probably already have.
Yes.
Because the first home you buy or a home that you buy is a real estate investment.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about how you can turn that investment and use it to invest in other ventures, use that as a rental property, just basically using the equity. We're going to explain to you what is equity. So Vanessa, tell us what equity is.
Well, and just to back up, I think the main thing we want to get across on this episode is to really paint a different picture for you guys, to have you thinking outside of the box. Because a lot of people look at when you buy your first property, it's just a house, right? It's just your personal home.
This is where we live.
But if we start thinking creatively and looking at it from a different angle, we could actually use that first home for, as Katrina was saying, different passion projects, different real estate ventures, things that you want to do. So as Katrina mentioned, the first thing is equity, okay? And the formal definition of equity, Katrina has:
the difference between the present market value of a property and the amount the owner owes on the mortgage. It's your cash value.
Yes. So essentially, it's the cash value in that house. So right now, if you work and you work a steady job, you've probably been doing the same job for the past year or two, you make a steady, consistent income, you don't live above your means, you can pretty much get a mortgage, in other words.
Right.
If you're currently paying $1,300-$1,500 in rent right now, you can get a
mortgage.
You can get you a mortgage. So what we're saying is, if you're able to obtain a home loan for a house, and that house, for just numbers, for example, is $100,000, we want to encourage you to pay that house off in about 5 to 8 years, because chances are you're going to get about a 30-year fixed mortgage.
Right.
And we're saying condense that 30 years to 5 to 8 years, which means you're going to have to pay a little bit more in your mortgage payment.
Directed to principal.
Directed to the principal. And we'll have another episode and exactly what we mean by that. But directed to the principal so you can expedite that loan payoff.
Right.
Because the way mortgages are set up is essentially you're going to be paying double for that house if you stay in the whole 30 years of that loan. And we want you to have $100,000 in equity.
Right.
In equity. And that means if the market value of that house says on Zillow or HAR, whatever source you're looking at, realtor.com, that house is worth $100,000, then we're saying that that's the equity we want you to be able to use for whatever it is that you want to do.
Exactly.
Say you want to use that $100,000. Now, mind you, there's some other costs to keep into consideration when you sell your house. You have your closing costs and all this stuff. But for the sake of numbers for this example, that $100,000, you can buy you another property. You can use 20% of that and put it on a down payment for a duplex.
Right.
You can use that money if you don't want to get taxed. There's a more advanced strategy called a 1031 exchange that you can use those funds to buy another property and not get taxed on it. You can use that for a passion project.
Maybe you're a baker and you want to start small with baking cookies and selling those to local people, and then you eventually use that money to grow your business to get you a storefront.
Yes. Any business that you have, we're saying utilizing real estate as a resource could get you there. I mean, what else could you do to get $100,000 in 5 years?
It's it's a
That's a tried and true model.
right.
I mean, you can do some stuff in the stock market. I mean, I'm not savvy in that area. So we know real estate. We understand how you can
Right.
get there and how you can get there in a manner expeditiously.
Right.
And it's a tangible asset. You can live in it. You can work in it. You can play in it.
Right.
And you can do so many things within that structure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also use it for investments.
So you can use, once you pay it off, pay down your equity, you will
Pay down your balance.
pay down your balance. You will refi with a cash back. And that's how you use that cash to reinvest in something else, another venture or another rental property. And we were talking about ways of paying it down, as far as obviously you can pay more to the principal, but we talked about you can do Airbnb a room out. Like,
Yeah.
that's so easy these days.
Oh, yeah. That could help pay your mortgage down.
Well, exactly. Or you can do it once you've already paid it down, right?
Mm-hmm,
Or you can rent out the whole property to pay it down.
Yeah. And say, for example, now you want to, you've been in the house for 3 to 5 years and you're ready to upgrade. Say your family is growing. Say you've met a new partner. Say, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but now you're ready to transition to the next level, right? We're mid-decade.
Right.
We're in 2025 now. And now, you're taking the next step in life. So that house that you bought back in 2020 at that time, you're like, well, let me just put a renter in there.
Right.
You can hire a property management company.
Now you have passive
somebody,
income.
put a renter in there. Your mortgage is paid off.
Right.
And now you're just getting that cash flow. For example, numbers, $1,500 a month.
Right.
And you got to pay your taxes, insurance, what have you. So you're probably cash flowing around $1,100. Free and clear. And you have $1,100 that you're making a month on that house, and you've got $100,000 in equity. And another thing is, you don't even have to pull the equity out. You can sometimes just use that as collateral on paper,
Right.
to the bank,
To go get you another home.
to
do
get
the
you
same
another
thing.
home, to get you a credit line
Right, for your
to
another
grow and
business.
expand your business,
Right.
or I don't know what it is you want to
This
do.
is how to build your empire,
Right.
basically.
Or you could use that house as your kid's college fund. I
Right.
know investors that have college fund. They have houses for their kids' college funds.
Right.
Right. So there's so many different things you can do. And what we're saying is, it's so easy to get a FHA loan at 3.5% down.
Right.
You're going to put down, $8,000 max, or you can even get some assistance. There's different grants out there. On the last few episodes, we had Jennifer, the lender, speak about different programs. Go back to that episode, listen. Let us put you in contact with her if you're interested. But you can get a loan today.
This is a
In other
system to be
words.
creative
Yes.
to grow your wealth, basically.
And I say that, but I also want you to make sure, you do your due diligence, right? There's also things that lean on the experts, lean on the realtors, the lenders. Make sure that you're getting in an area where there's a little bit of growth, good schools, or at least an area that's being revitalized,
Right.
to preserve your investment.
Right. The value.
It's not saying you can't buy in areas that aren't growing as rapidly, but we're just saying, for the sake of your first investment,
Right.
what you don't want to do is buy a house for $100,000 and then now you have all these foundation issues and your house flooded. And I mean, things happen.
Right.
But you get the proper insurance, you lean on the proper professionals, and you look at this as a 5 to 10 year plan and maximize that opportunity.
Well, and real estate can be a long-term investment that is always revolving, always growing.
Absolutely.
I don't, just like you said, I don't know a lot about the stock market, but I will put my hands in all the way, eyes closed on real estate any day. Like,
Absolutely.
that's where my money's going to go.
It's tangible.
Right.
I mean, you can walk, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can
Worst
look
case
at the
scenario,
market.
you sell it. You're
every
always
day.
going to get your return.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think that's it, right? To wrap it up, we wanted to really shift your paradigm. We wanted to shift your mindset. We wanted you to take a step back and look at real estate as not just a home and something I have to take care of and I have to furnish and I don't know what I'm going to do with this property 3 to 5 years from now. We want you to have a plan of what
Right.
you're going to do 3 to 5 years from now.
It's a new decade.
New
It's time
decade.
to change our mindset.
Absolutely. And we want you to be able to take that first home and utilize that as a resource to grow your net worth. And grow your net worth, expand your goals, your businesses, your hobbies, your children's life,
In your life.
your spouse's life.
Right.
I mean, anybody around you. So that's it, guys. Equity and rental income through your first home.
Thank you.
Housing Happy Hour, guys. Stay tuned for future episodes where we'll be teaching more on real estate tips and personal development. Thank you for tuning in.